So, hello and welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we are going to be having an interview with the beautiful Miss Christina Sanchez from season 10 of The Biggest Transformation. And man, talk about a powerhouse woman, a wife, a mother, and not just a mom, an intentional mom who has kids who are busy. She literally went through season 10 of The Biggest Transformation in arguably one of the busiest, most emotional times of her life. She's going to get into all that. But tonight, you are going to be inspired. You are going to be motivated. And I can't wait for you to hear about her story, her journey, how she prioritized herself. And during a super busy season, was able to drop 17 pounds, 17 pounds in 12 weeks. And so, welcome to the channel, Miss Christina.
Thank you. So excited
Hello.
to be here.
Isn't it amazing technology? It's like you're in Texas, I'm here. It can push a button and we're both together.
Voila. I love it.
Voila. And so, first and foremost, welcome and thank you for being on to share all of your things tonight with everybody. And so, so you heard me talk about that. And when you started season 10, your first weigh in was 193 pounds.
Yeah.
And your last weigh in was 176.4, 17 pounds in 12 weeks. And
Yeah.
so, and I kind of alluded to everybody that it wasn't the perfect time for you, right? Like you had so much going on. So just tell me about, because so often, and I want to start with this because so often we're so busy, we're momming, we're working, we're parenting, we're adulting, and it's so easy to push it off and say when this is done, when that happens, when summer gets here, when my daughter graduates, when volleyball season's over. Like it's so easy to kick the can down the road and say when this happens then. So like how did you wind up in season 10 during one of the busiest seasons of your life?
First of all, that was a complete blessing because I think that I was literally the last person to be accepted into the program. And I had seen you, Carmen, for so many years. And I had seen the transformation of so many people that I know. I've seen your transformation right before my eyes. And I was just scared as heck. I was, oh my gosh, when I saw that, when I saw what everybody was doing, I was super inspired, but I was like, I can't do that. Like, that's not me. Like, that's great for all of them, but I'm too busy. I'm too this, I'm too that. And I have no self control. And I'm a foodie and I love to drink and have fun on the weekends. And it's just like so many excuses for so many years stood in the way between me and this opportunity to finally like have peace in my heart and true peace. Um, so you're right. I was definitely kicking this opportunity around like, okay, next time. Oh, next time. And I think I tried to apply two different times and then I just got scared and I was like, no. But it got to the point, as you mentioned, my daughter was a senior. And for my mama bear, that was my first baby. And she is very, very active in traveling in volleyball and things of that nature, like on a national scale where we were traveling all over the US. And however, given that I was that crazy, I call it the crazy volleyball mom. I think I even put that in one of my pages, like title, what's your headline? Crazy volleyball mom. That was me because I'm running around with my head cut off, like, trying to do everything for everybody. And just the slow fade over the years of just losing myself. And I lost myself to a point where I just didn't even recognize myself anymore. And I didn't want to go into one of the most important moments of my daughter's life feeling the way that I felt. And I knew that I knew I had to do something that scared the living daylights out of me. And that was apply and be part of this program. And in my why video, I think I like pressed start and stop a million times, 3 times, but it was hard. It was hard because I knew that it was going to take a part of me to be very vulnerable and really like look at myself and deal with everything once and for all. And I'm just incredibly blessed that I did that. And so that's really, like I just said, let's go. Like there was a lot of health conditions that were arising, and I couldn't keep going the direction I was going.
That's amazing. And so I want to go back for a second because like it can be scary. Like so often this health thing, it's a secretive thing we deal with. And we want to do it on our own. We want to diet on our own. And it's like to involve anybody or anything else or do it at all publicly is like it's very intimidating. It's scary, right? To fail in front of the world. And so uh what were the things? Because listen, you're not alone in this. Do you know how many people have seen these interviews year after year after year of people that have gone before who've seen the applications open and close and open and close? So, what were some of your fears? What were some of the things that the reasons why you're like, nope, I'm not doing it? Because you said you saw it happen. And listen, Christina and I knew she's one of the few people that have been through the program who knew Fluffy Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Like we attended business seminars together when I was 288 pounds. So she fully saw me, like all of me, at that weight. And then, lose the weight. And so she knew that it was possible. And so what were the things you told yourself of why it wouldn't work for you or the timing wasn't right? Like what were those things?
Well, the first thing was that I just didn't believe that I could do it given my busy schedule. And I kept utilizing that main thing as an excuse because I have been traveling and doing all the things kid related for years. She's been at this for over 8 years, and I was the driver at points, and I'm there like hours away from the house at different times. And so it was like, I just don't have the time. I knew that my weakness was going to be the meal prepping piece. Like, okay, plan, get ready for it, like make sure that I'm thinking a couple days ahead rather than I'm just working my way backwards of, okay, I got to be at the gym at 8, which means I need to, and I was just too busy with timing of that I wasn't thinking about myself in that. So it was more so of the I'm too busy. And that too busy just led to a really bad deterioration, of my everything, all my self-confidence, all of it. And just the sickness that I got. I mean, I got severe anxiety. It was just getting really, really bad. So the too busy was one of the reasons. I had tried and failed multiple times at multiple programs. And I just kept telling myself, I don't know, like in our society or just like where how we grew up, or it's like trying to get help, like you could do it on your own. Like you're not strong enough if you can't do it on your own. I don't know, like that belief system came in, and me trying to ask for help made me feel like I was weak, like I wasn't strong to do it on my own. Cause I would hear, you all have those fit friends that are just like die hard, and they just like they do it with like no problem. You know what I mean? And here I am just like struggling to stay consistent and do it like for a day or 3 days or a week, right? And so there's just those like hardcore, and I would just measure myself to them, and I wasn't measuring up, and I just couldn't get myself to feel vulnerable and expose myself that I need help and that I needed support, and I needed to be around a community that when I felt like I didn't have the strength, that I would have my coach, you, and my teammate that would lift me up and support me. But it was something that we were all in it together, that I wasn't going to be able to, they weren't going to fail me and I wasn't going to fail them. Like we were in it. And so that was why this program and going through you all was just super important for me, because I've tried lots of groups. I would get up at 4 a.m., go to these other groups. I would do this and that, and it would just kind of die out. There was no sustainability in it.
So what was the catalyst for you? Like what was the thing that finally pushed you over the edge and said enough is enough? Like because you didn't just sign up for any regular program.
No,
You
yes,
signed up for this like full on accountability, have to show up or we'll come find you.
yes.
So what was like the final push to, okay, that's it. This is operation. I'm putting Christina first. Like, what was
Yeah.
that final decision? What pushed you over the edge on that?
I had absolutely no more energy. Um, I was running on fumes. I had shooting pain happening all over my body. I couldn't sleep. I was staying up at night. I was going to the doctors, like saying, trying to check my organs. And I honestly just feared for my life. Like I felt like I was just going to just keel over and like not exist anymore. Like I had such shooting pain that was just all over different when I was laying in bed, and it was just it scared me because I knew that I was headed in the wrong direction. I've been obese for too long. I've been carrying a lot of weight for more than I should have. And it was leading to just poor work performance. It was impacting my relationship with my spouse. It was impacting my ability to keep up with my kids. I wasn't showing up for my family the way that I needed to show up or the way that I wanted to show up, which is healthy, happy, vital, instead of them looking at me and being like, well, she'll catch up with us when she gets a chance. Like I was tired of being the one holding everybody back and even holding myself back. But it was more so like the health, truly, truly the health. I had gotten on medication. I never thought that I would do that. And I was just like, this has got to end. And I'm desperate. Like at this point, I'm just desperate. And when you're desperate, it's like nothing can stand in your way. Like it's got to happen. And I knew that the schedule was going to be insane. And we're talking about, I think I shared multiple weekends and multiple weeks, multiple parties with food galore, like all over I knew all this was going to happen leading into my daughter's senior year. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like I need to be alive. I need to exist. I need to continue on for my family. I need to be here. What good is it if I'm not even here anymore?
And so you applied, and was there any part of you once you sent the video in, and then you get, because the video is like, there's already the intimidation. Then you get the video, and it's like it's my way or the highway. It's this and it's that. Was there any point in there where you were like, I don't know, like this is okay. I don't know, like what am I doing? Was there any point where you second guessed it?
Oh, yes. No, I didn't second guess, but I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I was scared because I know you and I knew I have so much respect for you. And I wanted to make sure that I leveled up and that I showed up. And I knew I was not in a good space, but I wanted to show up with my heart, and I wanted to show up with a willingness and a humbleness to just follow your directions and do what you said to do. And that's all I knew to put in front of me. Like I respect her. I want to honor her. I want to honor the team. And actually, that's easy for me to do because I normally put everyone else ahead of me. So it was like, okay, I can do that, right? I'm just going to follow her. And I knew that it was going to be hard because it was going to go against everything that I'm used to doing. But I knew that I was going to I didn't believe, there was part of me that just I didn't know. I mean, I couldn't even drop 5 pounds. So like, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to get from this, but mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, where I was at, anything was going to be better than where I was at right now. And even if I improved 10%, 20%, that was better than where I was at right now in that moment. So, yes, every week I was nervous. I'm sweating, like taking notes, like trying to be super prepared for you all and to show up the best possible way that I could.
I can remember you got in the program, right? You made your Y video, and you were the last one accepted in the group when the season was full. And it was like 3 or 4 weeks in. I can't remember which week it was, but you had started getting results and you had passed the 5 pounds. And you came in one morning and you were just like a ball of tears, right? But in the best possible way. And you were like, I'm just so thankful. And like, it was like such a defining moment for at least me with you, because I think that's when you started to really believe
Yes.
that this is possible for me.
Yeah.
And it's not just these other people who I've seen in videos and I've seen in interviews, but like this is possible for Christina.
Yes.
And you began to take your power back and you began to walk in who you were created to be and exude this joy and this charisma and this just like zeal for life. And like, so how has that changed for you to be go from like almost being hopeless to being filled with hope?
I'm not, I did go back and I watched some of those videos and I'm like not even the same person anymore. And I want to cry and you know that I'll cry. I cry for everything, but oh my gosh. I don't have to take naps anymore. I'm showing up super strong for my family. Like I'm just not like, even with my work, like things are, I'm exceeding, my performance now. Like it's just, I'm not even the same person. And I'm glad to be, this is the me that I knew before I let myself deteriorate over those last couple years. And so it has been like, I'm still walking in, growing in that and going back to like who I know that I am, designed to be. And I'm still like, that's still blossoming, but I'm just not even the same person. And I mean, as a result of that, I have had to let go of certain things in my life that didn't serve me well, that were holding me back, that were hurting me, that I allowed because of where I was. And I was at a weaker state of confidence and belief system. And you just attract different kind of people when you're in that kind of state. And now I'm looking for different kind of people that we build each other up. We want to grow, we want to become better and do more and just show up better for our families and for ourselves. And I mean, I'm not even the same person with my spouse. Like I was like sweating when I said that about my intimacy with my husband, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my whole family's going to see this, my relatives. And I got all nervous, but I was like, it's just the truth and I'm done hiding it. And I have a level of intimacy with my spouse that I have not had in over a decade. Over a decade. So it has improved. Yeah, I got chills just talking about that. Like we are a whole different kind of couple right now. That's all I can say. And it's great.
It's amazing. And how has he responded to this whole thing, right? Because to watch his wife like literally flip this switch and make this change and kind of revert back to who she was. Like how has that been for him?
Well, as anything, he's always super encouraging and supportive over all the years that I have tried the 1,000 plans and health challenges and weight loss programs and things that I buy that he ends up consuming because I stop. I start the plan and then I'm like, here, you want these? And then he's the one that takes all of the stuff that I didn't do. But like you mentioned, into the program, he saw that I wasn't playing and he saw that I was staying committed to what you asked of us to do. And day in and day out, I was being consistent and I was doing it and I wasn't making the excuses. And he was watching me change right before his eyes that he got motivated. And he was like, I'm not going to stay behind. Like, okay. So he joined in and he started eating like I did. He started drinking his water, doing all the things. And I mean, of course, he dropped like 20 pounds, right away. And I was like, of course, but he was just super impressed and he just like he was finally so thankful too and happy that to watch me do it, and it excited him, and him seeing me in the garage, he's like, hey, like I need to go out there and do that too. So because we go through our seasons, he where he's like hardcore and then we just kind of back off because life or the kids or whatever. But um he was very inspired and motivated and said, like, I'm going to do it too. And he did. And he's dropped weight and he looks great.
It's amazing. You know, it's one thing to do it by yourself, right? But to for your spouse to come alongside and do it with you and for you guys to grow together and get healthy together, it's really powerful. It's really powerful when a couple grows together, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. It's team us. And so I think that's so incredible. And you know, inside of the biggest transformation, we do talk about the intimacy thing because the weight affects your intimacy. And I cannot tell you how, and again, it's another thing we don't talk about. No
Yeah.
one says, I gained weight and I don't want to have sex. No one says, I gained weight and I don't want my husband to see me naked. Like, no one says that, but we feel that way. We
Yeah.
don't feel good about ourselves, and it affects every area of our life, including that. And I've had clients that have been like, we haven't been intimate in a year, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years. And one of my clients, she said in an interview, she's like, listen, like we are intimate again we haven't been intimate in over a decade and we're intimate again. So it really, I love that you brought that up because like that is a problem for so many of us, but no one talks about it, Christina.
Yeah.
Everybody just smiles and puts on the face and pretends.
Exactly. Yeah. And I knew I was going to have, that was why I was afraid, because people, or everybody that knows me will see this eventually, and it is exposing these areas, but um I don't want to hide anymore. I want to be truthful and honest, and at the end of the day, I wanted a better marriage. I wanted a better relationship with my kids. I want better relationship with my family, and I with my work. And I had so many goals and dreams ahead of me. And in the health state that I was in, I wasn't going to get there anytime soon. And so it's just opened up so much capacity and ability for me to just have the energy to pursue the things outside of what I had to do, right? Like my normal obligations. But now I have the strength and the energy to do more and expand and, help my family and increase different areas of our life that, I had in my heart many years ago and started down that path. And then I got derailed, and now, I'm back on, and I can be a firecracker. I'm telling you, like this other morning, we went to a cross country meet, and here I am like at 8 in the morning talking about goals and dreams and like names and things. Abel's like, yeah, not there yet. So it's great to see that back in me when I could barely get out of bed. I could not get out of bed.
So incredible. And it's been so fun to be able to watch you. And I know you're not at your finish line yet,
Oh,
but man, you've made so much progress, Christina. And I believe with everything in me, your best days are still yet to come. And I cannot wait to see that firecracker come out more and more and more. Is that fire in you that like you are a firecracker and you are a go-getter and you are an overcomer and you are so inspiring. And so many people are going to hear your story and listen, your honesty and your ability to be real is going to inspire and help set free so many people who are where you were at. And it's transparency where people are like, yeah, I'm in that same place. And she stopped pretending, she dropped her reasons, and she found all of her results. And so I know you're super busy. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on tonight to inspire everybody who's going to watch this. If you are watching, make sure to head over to the playlist, watch Christina. She was in season 10. You will see the same thing she saw when she rewatched her season. She's not even the same woman. She doesn't look the same. She doesn't sound the same. She doesn't talk the same. Like nothing is the same. And be on the lookout. You can follow Christina on Facebook. Are you on Instagram?
yes.
So Instagram, Facebook, Christina Sanchez. Thank you for being with us tonight, and all of you watching. Go check out her season, and we will be back next week, same time, same place. Thanks for watching.